Welcome back to Games Revealed. I'm James and also Brink, and we are one community. Today, I want to talk about 5 free games that Valve has bestowed upon us in their benevolence. Lord Gabe has gave us some amazing games. We're going to go over the free list, so you don't have to spend any money. So if you slap down some major bucks for that Steam Deck recently, you can go ahead and play some of these free ones. The bonus item I have today is a game that some of you have not heard of, maybe before or in a long time. So make sure to watch the whole video. Number 5 is Artifact. Now, I know this is not the most popular game, and it's gotten a lot of flack over the years, but what I have played, it is fun. Hearthstone is one of my favorites, card-based wise, but this is a game that's really fun. It reminds me of Magic the Gathering meets Dota 2, which it is a Dota trading card game, so that tracks. Grab yourself a deck and be prepared to play 3 games at the same time in this different take on card fighting. You get to play the MOBA, 3 lanes. You essentially have heroes in each lane. They're just tried to cardify MOBAs. And it kind of tracks. It's fun. It works great on the deck. It doesn't require changing controls or anything like that. The trackpads work great as a mouse, and you can deal tons of damage to the bots or real opponents on the deck. This next one is Dota 2. We talked about the card game. Now let's talk about the Dota 2 game, which is free to play. From the ashes of Dota 1, which was built on Warcraft 3 as a mod, which Blizzard is still a little salty about losing that franchise to this day, even though they didn't really do much to keep it. Dota 1 was the first multiplayer online battle arena, aka MOBA, game to come out. Now you have the sequel where you can pick your hero and your lane and go to town, just like in the good old days, in the mod days, but with this game where it's just, they keep on supporting it. There's always something new with Dota 2, and you're going to have a good old time. Except you're going to have to tweak the controller config a little bit, as this game does not really function properly out the gate. You need to go into the Steam Deck, go into controller config, and select a controller, probably from the community tab that's going to have Steam Deck labeled in it somewhere. That's what I had to do, and then once that was done, it worked much better. Now, if you don't really want to do that and you just want to jump straight to actually playing this game the way it's meant to be played, mouse and keyboard, get yourself one, hook it up to the deck, and you're going to have a good time slaying your enemies. Number 3, Team Fortress 2 is one of the first squad meets class-based games to come out. It came out in 2007. If you can find a good server with no cheating or bots on it, then you can have a blast on the deck. Once you get used to the deck's controls, this game becomes a fun pick-me-up class-based shooter. You can grab yourself a class like the Heavy, Medic, Scout, Soldier, Engineer, Spy, or Sniper, and their playstyles are all very different, and about anyone should be able to find a playstyle that works for them in a support role, in an espionage role, or just dealing damage with the heavy, just raining bullets upon your enemies. It's quite fun, especially with the different modes. Payload, where you have to follow this payload to the enemy base, blow it up. And there's tug-of-war kind of style to it. Capture the flag, capture the documents kind of stuff. I will note, you can't trust anyone because they could be disguised as a friendly, but then insta-kill you with a backstab as the spy. Espionage. Like, you got to be careful with those spies. You got to be wary of everyone. I'm not great as a spy, but a lot of people apparently are. I still recommend a mouse and keyboard as a first-person shooter, but you're going to have a good old time, especially if you can master the trackpad. Number 2 on my list, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Counter-Strike is one of those games I've played since Counter-Strike 1.6, even before that. Yeah, you know me, I'm a big Half-Life fan, so of course I'm going to have this on the list. Counter-Strike, I've put so much time into this. But this game is perfect to play while doing homework, which pairs well with the deck. Whether you are in the library or at home, you can shoot your way through the level, and once dead, you can pick up the homework until the next round starts. And this is something I did all the time in college. I would rush B or whatever I would do. I'd essentially try to get as many kills as I can before I died, and then I'd pick my homework up, my math, start doing it again until the next round. I'd have to spend a lot more time doing my homework, but at least I enjoyed it. And that is just enough padding for me to get it done. In the game, it has money, it has equipment, guns, all the good stuff. It's round-based, so once you die, you have to wait until everyone dies or completes the objective. But you can save your money buy yourself some nice equipment and guns and destroy the other players in the next round if you do well. If you win the round, you get more money. If you achieve the objectives, you get more money. Sometimes just play with the pistols for a little while and save up that money for a good kit. Now, one of my favorite ways to play this game on the deck is just with bots, practicing against bots and chilling on the couch or in bed, learning some of the new maps. This game did need a controller config tweak where I had to go into the controller config, find one that was better for the deck, as it just didn't default to that for me. I do recommend playing with a mouse and keyboard, but you can play with the controls, and if you get good enough with the trackpad, you might be able to beat some of those mouse and keyboard players. Now, for the number one game that's free from Valve on the deck, it's a must play. This is the game that you should play first and foremost. That is Aperture Desk Job. I have it as my number one because it is built for the deck. It essentially, what these other games, you had to change the configs, the controllers. This is the reverse. The controls are made for it. This game was made for you to learn the controls, not even have to tweak them or get used to controls. This is to help you get used to the Steam Deck. You play as an entry-level nobody on their first day at work, so not too different than our normal lives, unfortunately. But unlike reality, we can see what it's like to create a masterpiece and rise to the top, kind of. Like, there's a lot to this game, and it's portal-based, it has good story, and you get to learn a little bit more about the Portal world while inventing stuff and pretending like you're successful, in a way, I guess, or not successful, depending on how you see the ending. With that, the bonus round comes in. Alien Swarm is a game that people don't realize that Valve made, published, and developed. It was made back in 2010. Now, this one you probably forgot about or didn't even realize maybe Valve made, but it's still a great game. It's a cooperative top-down shooter, an epic bug hunting, unique blend of co-op play and squad-level tactics. Best played with friends. You can practice, but you really want to bring your friends along to play this. It's not optimized for a controller, but with a few tweaks to the controller config, and you got yourself a squad-based shooter that is fun and free. This is the little bonus. Now, if you want to count this as cheating, you can. It's a little bit, but we're going to add to this Alien Swarm Reactive Drop, which is built by the Reactive Drop team, but it is technically not Valve. And so we're cheating a little bit by adding this. You can play the first one. This is an expansion, and it does have controller support, and it's deck verified, and it plays pretty well. It also has 8-player co-op as opposed to 4-player co-op, which the original has. Just has a lot to it that I think you're going to like, especially if you like destroying bugs, killing alien squishies out there. And with that, I'm going to leave you now. Go and squash them bugs before they get you and your squad. Enjoy. Okay, and then also, just to wrap this all up, expect some more free game list videos in the next couple of weeks as I'm pulling together a list. With that, let me know in the comments below if there's any games I need to add to that list. What's your favorite free game on the deck? I want to know. Also, with that, check out the description below with all the goodies, including the Deck Revealed project, where you can go to deckrevealed.com and see how you can help support, hopefully, the biggest app to help your deck needs. A little bit of sneak peek is I do have some plans to work on some emulator stuff and some mod stuff with that, just to make it a little easier for you to set up your deck and sync it. Thank you guys for watching. Check out my other videos, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. Later.